Guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. So we're here to do today's live stream. Match watch along is West Ham v Everton, two clubs in a bit of a tough spell season, and two managers under quite intense pressure. Whether you guys think that's correct or not, it's the reality of football. Unfortunately, I think it's quite shocking, to be honest, that we keep seeing this sack race rubbish. But like I said, guys, that is modern football. So we're here today to keep an eye on this game, see how both teams play, and maybe even try and give our own opinion on whether we think it's right that both of these managers should be under this kind of pressure. So if you're just joining us, guys, it'd be great to hear from you. Hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Love to hear your thoughts on this one or any other games today. We'll also be keeping an eye on all the games around the grounds, as there is many games this afternoon. So to keep up to date with all of today's, this afternoon's kickoffs, 3 o'clock kickoffs, this is the place to be, guys. So I'm just bringing the team news up for you guys so you can see it. There we go. There we go. You guys can see it now. Any thoughts you guys have on this game, please do drop your comments in. Be great to hear from you. So West Ham currently in possession. We're only a minute into the game, guys. West Ham currently in possession, just passing it about amongst themselves at the back, midway inside their own half of the field. I think it's absolutely madness that these both of these managers are coming under this kind of intense pressure for the sack race. David Moyes has been doing really well with West Ham up until this season, and suddenly he finds himself under pressure and his job under threat. It's just because he's spent some money in the transfer window and the results haven't gone the way the club would have liked, which is just shocking, guys, because before that he was doing really well with West Ham. An opportunity there for West Ham through the back line of Everton, but nothing doing, ends up straight in the hands of the keeper, and not much really in on that, guys. Oh, we're seeing it. Oh, and almost a mistake here. Pickford getting in quite a bit of trouble there. West Ham putting pressure on, and a bit of panic in the back line there for Everton with regards to the goalkeeper Pickford. But he managed to escape criticism there. But that's the kind of thing you see when two teams are underperforming and there's nerves in the team. So West Ham in possession on the halfway line, guys. It's a bit of a slow start at the moment, guys. Just both teams feeling each other out, and they both appear to be playing the same formation as well, which is unusual. You'd think you'd think West Ham being the home team, they'd go with a bit more of an attacking formation. Obviously, there is an attacking threat in that formation, but it's just a bit unusual for what you would expect from the home team. West Ham have had a couple of half opportunities so far early on, guys, but nothing really to shout about. They've not really had a shot on goal. They've just managed to cause a bit of nerves in the Everton back line a couple of times, but nothing dramatic apart from a little bit of panic shown from Pickford. a couple of minutes ago. Stevie, how's it going, mate? Stevie's dropped in and left a comment. Hi, guys. Hi, Gaz. Should be a good one. This think it's going to be scrappy. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be scrappy. I reckon it's going to be very scrappy, mate. It's not particularly the game that I would have liked to have watched today, but obviously these two teams deserve some attention with the heavy criticism coming at both of them. And I'm just hoping it doesn't turn out to be a dull game, because as we know, when teams are lacking confidence and struggling for results, it can result in a very boring game. But let's hope that's not the case today. Everton now in possession, midway inside the West Ham half of the pitch. 5 minutes gone, guys. And like I say, not much to talk about at the moment with regards to opportunities on goal. But Everton currently in possession down that far side, but they've lost the ball now to West Ham, and it's gone out on the far side for a throw-in. If you guys just joined us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts on this game or any other games. Loads of games going on this afternoon around the UK. So plenty to keep an eye on. But we are specifically watching this game, obviously, with all the hype that's been around these two teams the last few weeks. A lot of criticism, whether that's right or wrong. Obviously, that we could all debate that, but I'm quite shocked, to be honest, to see what David Moyes under this kind of pressure after how well he's done at West Ham. Yeah, they're having a poor season this season, but overall, since he's been there, he's done good things. They've competed. So, yeah, a bit of a surprise to me to see him under that kind of pressure. But, yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. And hopefully, like you say, hopefully it is a good game. These kind of games can be a bit edgy, scrappy, nervy, and not always a lot of goal mouth action. But hopefully, once we get a little bit into the game, hopefully we'll see both of these clubs spring to life and maybe score one or two goals, and hopefully that'll instill some confidence, which might really get the game going. Joey, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Great to see you, mate. Hello, Gaz. How's it going, Joey? Obviously, disappointing result for Liverpool, your team, earlier on. I didn't see the game. I was busy, unfortunately, but I did listen to some of it, and I believe it finished 0-0. So, yeah, both Liverpool and Chelsea also two teams struggling for confidence and form at the minute. So the bookies have got West Ham 44% chance to win, 30% draw, and I think it said 26% there for Everton for the win. There's some interesting stats, but nothing dramatic really. Joey is saying, yeah, mate, at least we get a point. Yeah, that's the good thing, like you said. And then plus there's the clean sheet aspect as well. Obviously disappointing with the goal scoring at the moment. But like you said, clean sheet might help start to repair some of the confidence in the team. I don't know. Obviously, I'm stunned, mate. I am stunned how well Liverpool have been over the last couple of seasons. This sudden drop off in form. And I've got to mention it. I've got to mention it, mate. It always makes me wonder with regards to certain players, and what I'm thinking of is Mo Salah. Is when certain players get these big contracts, they finally, get the contract that they deserve for their efforts. It can affect their form. And I was seeing that. I haven't seen enough Liverpool games to judge it fairly, but I've got to chuck it out there because I have seen enough Liverpool games to know that Mo Salah's form since he signed that new contract at the start of the season has been pretty poor by his standards. And you've got to ask the question, as that big fat payday just took the edge out of his game, because before clearly that was a motivating factor to get a bumper contract, and he was banging in the goals. But since then, the goals have really dried up for what I can only describe as one of the most talented players in the league. So yeah, we've seen it before, though. The reason I'm pointing it out, because we've seen it before, haven't we, with other players where they've got a big fat contract and then suddenly they become a shadow of the former self. So yeah, it's weird how it can work with these players getting getting the big contracts sometimes. But yeah, I'd love to know, Joey, if you think that's playing any factor. Do you think Mo Salah's lost a little bit of motivation because of the fact that he's got that big fat contract now? And last season they were dangling it, weren't they? You think about it, they were dangling it in front of him all last season. A lot of debate around it last season as well. So it was a real motivating factor for him last season to keep banging in the goals and keep showing his best. But now he's got that big fat contract. We have seen that there's been a real dramatic dip in his form to what we know he can do and what he's capable of. So, like I say, I'm not saying he's doing it intentionally or whatever, but do you think that plays a part? Like, as motivation wise, has he lost that little bit edge in motivation just because he's now got, he's secured his future at the club for longer, and he's got, like I say, he's got a big fat contract. So it's something definitely worth debating. Maybe not just surrounding Mo Salah, but we've seen it with other players. We've seen it with Paul Pogba as well. He got the big fat payday and moving to Man United, and his form just never materialised in the same way as what we saw at Juventus. Obviously, I'm just making him as an example that we can that these big contracts that clubs dish out sometimes to players. It can work the opposite way. I think it can work where it's a demotivating factor because they've got what they want. They've got that. Big fat deal that's been motivating them or that contributing to their motivation. Like I say, I'm not saying that is the case, but I think it's definitely something that's worth football fans debating because, like I say, to me, guys, as I keep saying, without fans, football is nothing. So fans should be entitled to an opinion on stuff like that. But like I say, just chucking it out there to see if you guys think that there's anything in that. Joey's saying, yeah, that's a fair point. Thanks for that, Joey. Well, like I said, I just thought I'd put it out there because I know I can't think of all the players off top of my head, but I know there's been other players. I think at Chelsea and stuff like that where the same thing has happened. They've got big contracts and they've suddenly dipped in form. So I just thought it was worth maybe mentioning because, like I say, it is something worth considering, isn't it? Because it's very unusual how a player, like for example, Mo Salah, and I'm only using Mo Salah as the example because it's fresh in my mind and it's recent. And but we've seen it with so many players over the years, where, like I said, they've shown amazing talent, amazing skill, amazing goal scoring record, and then suddenly they get that big fat deal, and we just see it disappear. But yeah, like I said, it's worth one that maybe worth considering and taking account of over the next few months ahead. And maybe I don't know. There's also the possibility with a team like Liverpool that they've played such intense football over the last couple of seasons, trying to compete with Man City. And we're even seeing City not playing at their best this season. We're seeing spells of them playing at the best, but not consistently like we've been seeing. So these things need to be taken into account. Are we talking about burnout? Are we talking about players just with total burnout through just playing such an intense amount of football consistently? So yeah, I just thought it's one worth chucking out there. See if you guys think there's anything in that. But like I said, for me, Man City and Liverpool, definitely. You have to consider that factor. Is it just the fact that they've been playing so intense over the last couple of seasons, and now you're just seeing that along with the World Cup as well, being involved in the World Cup, that a percentage of their squad has just has just basically dipped in form through just mentally tired. It might not be physically tired. It could be just mentally tired with the non-stop demand to keep winning. So yeah, it's something worth considering. Anyway, love to know your thoughts on that, guys. Just to let you know, Everton in possession at the minute on the halfway line. These two teams both started the game quite slowly, really. Not much in it at the minute with regards to goal mouth action. Both teams probing each other, feeling each other out, and defending in numbers as well. We've got a corner for Everton as they work their ball down this near side and get a cross into the box. Well, it's not even a proper cross, really, but they get the ball into the box and it's knocked behind by West Ham for a corner to Everton. Thanks for that, Joey. Kieran Williams, how's it going, Kieran? Great to see you, mate. I'm glad you dropped in because I owe you an apology, mate. The other day, you was in the stream, I think it was last week, and I got confused, mate. My apologies. I got confused with you and Ethan with regards to your club. If you remember, I was talking about your club. I don't know if you were still in the stream at that point, but I think I responded to a comment that you left in the chat, and I got confused with you and Ethan. So my apologies, mate. Obviously, I was describing Preston last week, getting confused whether you was the Preston fan, but it's not. It's Ethan that's the Preston fan, and obviously, Kieran, you are a Man United fan. So my bad there, mate. I just wanted to drop my apologies because, like I said, just getting to know you guys sometimes and speaking to so many people on social media about different clubs, it can just get a little bit confusing. But I've made notes, so I start to get it stuck in my head exactly which clubs you guys support that drop in regular, and hopefully it'll start to stick now. So my bad there, Kieran. I just wanted to mention that and apologise for last week when I got confused. But great to see you, mate. And yeah, Kieran saying hello, guys. How's it going, mate? And thank you very much for dropping in. Like I say, just wanted to mention that from last week because I felt really frustrated when I come off and realised at the end of the stream that I'd got confused with you and Ethan. So my bad there, mate. Joey is saying they should do more bonus based. Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually, Joey. Yeah, because that would help keep the motivation in the players. They used to do that, didn't they? Where they get a bonus or they get like a percentage higher or something like that in their deal, but based on the amount of goals that they scored. I think Man United used to give contracts out like that under Fergie, didn't they? Where there was like a goal incentive. But yeah, these days, like I said, unfortunately, this is what I mean. The modern game is giving too much power to players. And don't get me wrong, guys, we all want to look up to players and admire players for their talent and their skill. And we want to hold them in high regard. There's no question about that. But we need to keep them motivated and just keep giving out these bumper contracts and allowing players to have more and more power in the game. We're not bothered about players having some power in the game, but the power also needs to stay with the club. It needs to stay. The majority of the power needs to stay with the clubs. Allowing the players to have the amount of power that we're seeing these days is only going to potentially, grow and escalate, and to the point where we have a real conundrum right across the board with clubs struggling to keep players in check with basically big egos and attitude problems. But yeah, that's an excellent point, that, Joey. Thanks for that, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. That like I say, I'm sure that was something that used to be in a while back. Amish, how's it going, mate? Great to see you. Amish, hi guys. How's it going? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Great to see you. Obviously, guys, don't forget, if you've got a score prediction for this one, please do drop it in now. We're only 18 and a half minutes in. We've got another corner for Everton. But yeah, thanks for come dropping in, Amish. Great to see you, mate. And like I say, let us know what did I think? Didn't the Bayern Munich game finish a draw last night? I think your team, Bayern Munich, getting a draw last night. I'm sure I saw that after I came off the stream. But yeah, what was the performance like, Amish? Was it good, or was it just what you'd expect with obviously the winter break in Germany? And but I'm presuming that maybe both teams just kind of feeling the way back into the season a bit. Maybe that's why it finished a draw. But yeah, love to know how your thoughts on. Yes, obviously, guys, we are Football Fan Den UK, and Amish does support a UK club, but his main team is Bayern Munich, and he's a big fan of the Fan Den project. So there's no reason we can't give a little bit of consideration to the team that he supports, and debate that occasionally as well in the chat, because obviously we're Football Fan in UK, but we can also talk about European clubs a little bit here and there as well. But thanks for dropping in, Amish. Great to see you, mate. Everton Fan TV, how's it going, mate? Great to see you. And I've not seen you on the channel for a while. Obviously, a big game for you guys today. I'm sure you are sitting there wherever you're watching the game, biting your nails. Love to know your thoughts on Lampard. Do you think the criticism and the pressure he's coming under is fair? Obviously, I know a lot of Everton fans very unhappy with the ownership at the club at the minute, and that is right. That fans should have the right to protest. I'm not sure. I can't work out the intentions of the Everton owners just yet, whether they're good, bad. Because, like I say, they've been investing money in the club, so it's not like we can't say they haven't been investing money in the club. But the question is there enough people at the club that are football minded to help guide these owners how to get the best out of Everton and the team and push up the league? Because for me, as much as I don't want to disrespect Everton, it's a great club, but I think Everton's a club that's been underachieving for a long time, not just this season, a number of seasons, because they've been in the Premier League long enough. And I think the owners and the managers should have brought some success to the club by now. But like I say, Everton fans would know better than me, and I'd love to hear what you guys think if you are Everton fans. So Everton Fan TV, like I say, mate, love to know your thoughts on that. And do you think do you think that's a fair comment, or do you think that's an unfair criticism? But for me, like I say, I think Everton definitely a great club, but an underachieving club. But yeah, great to see you, mate, and thank you very much for dropping in. Everton Fan TV saying the Forest goal against Bournemouth was offside. All right, fair enough. I'm not sure. We're not currently watching that at the minute, but we'll quickly give you guys an update. Keep your comments coming, guys. Be great to hear from you, and we'll keep coming back to the comments. We've just got a stoppage in the game at the minute. For a player getting some attention from the medical staff. So it's a great opportunity to just quickly give you guys an update on the scores around the grounds. Obviously, the early kickoff, Liverpool-Chelsea finished 0-0. All the other Premier League games at the minute are currently 0-0, so we don't need to read through them. The FA Women's Super League finished. There was game in that today. That finished. Man City women 1, Aston Villa women 1. Championship, it's the earlier game finished Coventry 2, Norwich 4. The 3:00 kickoffs, currently Birmingham City 0, Preston 2. Blackpool v Huddersfield has been postponed. Bristol City v Blackburn 0-0. Cardiff City v Millwall 0-0. Queen's Park Rangers v Swansea 0-0. Stoke City 1, Reading 0. Watford 0, Rotherham 1. Wigan 0 and Luton 1. That's in the Championship. We'll come back to the other games around the UK shortly. West Ham back in possession with the ball on that far side, and it's gone out for a throw-in. But it is fair to say both of these teams, you can tell, are lacking in confidence at the moment with the way they're playing. Slow build-up play. Nervous when in possession occasionally in this game, but we'll hopefully, like I say, hopefully we'll see a goal or two, and it might spark the game into life. Yeah, great to see you though, Everton Fan TV. Thanks for coming and getting involved, mate. Always a pleasure to see you. Amish is saying, I think this game is going to be a very cagey affair, but I think the game will end 2-2. All right, cool. Amish, nice one, mate. That's a good score prediction. I think I think you've nailed it there, mate. You're absolutely spot on. It's going to be cagey, and it started like that. 24 minutes in, and Everton currently in possession, midway inside the the West Ham half, and as Amish has described, it is proving cagey because they're moving the ball backwards rather than forwards, and we've seen both in these early 25 minutes into the game. We've seen both teams do that, where they're passing backwards rather than forwards, bothered about keeping possession of the ball, and really slow with the movement as well. But let's hope that the game improves. That I'm sure the fans will let them know that they're frustrated with this game if it continues like this. But it's understandable, I suppose. First 20 minutes, half an hour. We're nervous. Everton, see, this is what I mean. Everton have passed it all the way from midway inside the West Ham half, right back to the keeper. But yeah, definitely, like we're seeing, cagey. But thanks for that, Amish. Yep, that's an excellent comment, that, mate. Kieran Williams is saying, lots, laugh out loud. Think I went no worries, mate. Oh, laugh out loud. Think I went, no worries, mate. Yeah, like I say, no worries, mate. I just wanted to mention it because, like I say, you guys that drop in regular, I know you're football fans and fans of the channel, but as I said last night, I don't just want to get you guys involved as fans of the channel. Where possible, I also want to get to know you guys and become mates as well. Because, like I say, we all love football, and Fanden is very much about building a positive fan community. And to me, that is a positive of that can be building good friendships between fans. So that accounts for me as well, guys. So yeah, but thanks for that, Kieran. I just wanted to mention it, mate. Like I said, when I came off the stream, I was a little bit frustrated that I got confused because obviously I'm trying to remember the clubs that you guys support that drop, particularly you guys that drop in regular. So yeah, like I said, just a lot of new fans as well been dropping in the last few streams, so it can get confusing. But like I said, mate, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. So I just wanted to let you know that if you was on the stream, I am always man enough to admit when I make a mistake. So yeah, but thanks for that, Kieran. Appreciate you letting me know that, mate. Amish is saying, yeah, guys, the Bayern game ended in a 1-1 draw yesterday. All right, cool. Well, like I say, do you think it was because obviously the winter break, just the cagey game? Because as we know, Bayern, once they get their flow going, they're normally beating most teams in the Bundesliga, aren't they? So I was just wondering, just out of curiosity, mate, I was just wondering, because you watch them Bayern quite regular, don't you? So I was just wondering if that winter break does have an effect on. We had an opportunity for West Ham, to break off there on the edge of the box. Good opportunity that hopefully that springs the game into life a little bit. West Ham in the Everton half of the field. How the ball came to his feet was basically a bit of misplaced passing on this near side. Eventually, West Ham got it under control, managed to pass it in to midfield, and the player then got a really great shot off from just on the edge of the box. And now we've got a corner for West Ham. Corner comes in, it's deep, but it's headed out and headed up, and comes back down. And Pickford ends up on the deck there, but eventually gets back to his feet, and the ball is cleared, but only as far as just outside the box. And just a bit scrappy at the minute on that far side. Ball being headed about, kicked high. Nobody really getting the foot on it at the moment, but West Ham finally got the ball down, and now they look to keep that pressure on Everton. But yeah, thanks for that, Amish, mate. Appreciate that. And like I said, I see that you've got another comment here. So Amish saying the performance was what you'd expect from a team that has that hadn't played since the World Cup. So it was expected since the Bundesliga started yesterday. Has it been that long, mate? Has it been that long since Bayern played? I didn't realize you got that the Bundesliga hadn't played since the World Cup. Yeah, you're totally spot on there, mate. Like I said, I don't keep an eye on all the European leagues all the time, but yeah, totally understandable. That certainly explains it. I didn't realize it had been that long of a break. I thought you guys might have maybe come back and played a few games and then had your winter break because I know Scotland paused their season um, to accommodate the World Cup. But when they came back, they carried on some games, and now they're having their kind of their winter. Well, I suppose it's supposed to be the winter break, but I think the fixture pile up has resulted in it being a lot shorter than they normally do, or maybe it's delayed. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've noticed that Scotland have a similar winter break to most of the other European nations. It's only really England that doesn't have a winter break. But thanks for that, Amish. Appreciate taking the time to explain that, mate. Because, like I said, I didn't realise it had been that long since the Bundesliga last played, mate. So thanks for that, mate. But yeah, that's is that cause some fixture pilot? Will that cause a fixture congestion towards the end of the season? Because I don't know, maybe they played some extra games before the World Cup, so that wasn't a fixture pile-up. But yeah, that's quite interesting, that, mate. Thanks for sharing that, Amish. Kieran Williams is saying 3-1 West Ham, Everton to fold in the second half. Right, well, yeah, that's a good shout, mate, and I like the explanation with it as well. So Kieran thinks Everton will buckle in the second half, and he could be right because at the minute the majority of their attacking possession is coming from West Ham, and obviously they're going to probably introduce their new player later in the second half because he's not on the pitch at the moment. Danny Ings, they've just recently signed Danny Ings, but he's currently not on the pitch. He's on the subs bench, so you expect that he's going to come on, and he will be a confident player because he's just had a major transfer, so he's not affected by the lack of confidence in the team that's currently running through the West Ham team. So he might help spark West Ham into life. So Kieran could be absolutely spot on with that prediction as the game progresses. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there's some good logic in that, mate. I like that. And like I say, with Danny Ings potentially coming on, a player with confidence, that could be the difference between the two sides. And Kieran could be right. West Ham could force Everton to buckle. Like I said, guys, we're not watching it as with any preference today. Watching it completely neutral from my point of view, anyway. But yeah, like I say, I like that. I like that. I was giving a little explanation to it. That's good. That he expects, and not much detail, but that's all he needs just to explain why he thinks that score prediction will happen, because he expects that Everton will buckle under the pressure away from home, which we've seen many times, haven't we? So there's some good logic in that, mate. I like that. West Ham currently in possession on the halfway line as they move the ball out to this near side, and they managed to get the ball in behind the Everton defence. West Ham with a cross, but it's blocked off at the first man and goes behind for a corner. But as you can see, guys, the momentum very much with West Ham at the minute. Everton struggling to get any kind of serious possession in this last 10 minutes or so. Corner taken short, pushed out towards midfield, and now comes into the box, but it's deflected away. But West Ham managing to keep possession on that far side, and now another cross comes in. Oh, and West Ham with the early goal, and I'm sure there's going to be an offside check for that, but that was a beautiful goal, crossed in from the far side, straight into the melee of players and literally a tap-in for the West Ham player, I think close to the back post, not quite at the back post, but close to the back post. And the Everton defence just left standing. I don't know whether they were trying to keep a high line there. I'd have to see the replay, but definitely noticeable that Everton's defence didn't get back. And a lot of ball watching. That's what I'm detecting from that there, guys, with Everton. A lot of ball watching. Not marking their men properly and honest. I'm sure you guys, if you're not watching it now, you'll see that on the replay. That is pretty shocking defending there from Everton. But the kind of the kind of defending we expect from teams low on confidence. Basically, ended up falling to the West Ham player close to the back post. We're still seeing that there is a check from VAR taking place. But it was close to the back post, and it literally just a tap-in for Everton. It's going to be questionable whether it's offside. As soon as I saw this goal go in, I thought, hey, we might be having an offside. Guys, please do keep your comments coming. I will come back to the comments in a second. Yeah, I think that's going to get ruled offside myself. I really do. Oh, no, it's not. It stood. Fair enough. That's good to see, actually, because when you actually see it a couple of times on the replay, you can see there is a West Ham player in an offside position, but he doesn't interfere with play. The player that scores the goal comes from an onside position. There's no contact with a player who's offside. He's not blocking the line of sight to the keeper or anything like that. But obviously, the fact that there is a player offside, it just means it's going to be questioned. But yeah, good goal there from West Ham, and it stands. VAR has ruled that goal stands. So we have 30, coming up to 36 minutes in, guys, and it's West Ham 1, Everton 0. Will that spark Everton into life? Because, like I say, they've looked a really bereft team at the minute, lacking in confidence, lacking in ideas, and coming under consistent pressure from Everton. Sorry, from West Ham as the game has progressed. So yeah, like I said, we'll keep an eye on that, guys. But let us know your thoughts on it. Yeah, literally fractions and margins there, guys, with that one. West Ham on the attack again. Sorry, guys, we'll come back to your comments in a second. West Ham on the attack again on the far side, cross into the box and right towards the back post, headed back towards goal. But no, really misplaced header there. I know headers are hard, but he headed it back towards where it came from instead of towards the goal. And the Everton player actually had plenty of time to get that ball under control. I don't know whether he didn't know whether that he was under pressure from another West Ham player, but he's knocked it behind, and it goes behind there for another corner to West Ham, this time on the far side of the pitch. So corner comes in towards the near post. It's headed clear. West Ham managed to head it back in, but it ends up with the goalkeeper, Pickford. So yeah, that takes the sting out of it a bit for a moment. Amish is saying the Bundesliga winter break usually lasts about a month, but it was longer this season due to the World Cup. Yeah, that I know I know that there is a decent length of time on the winter break in the Bundesliga, mate. But it's a little bit strange that the Bundesliga would allow the break to continue too long. Because, like you say, it affects momentum and stuff like that. But, like I say, Amish, did they play some games before the World Cup, some extra games? Like, did they squeeze extra fixtures in to accommodate the World Cup so that there's not a build-up of fixtures after the World Cup? They must have done somewhat like that. Obviously, I'm asking you, mate, because you're a bit of the Bundesliga expert at the minute on the channel, I suppose, because, like I said, I don't watch enough European leagues. There's too much football to keep up with in the UK, to be fair, mate. Amish is saying the winter break won't result in a lot of fixture congestion in the Bundesliga since there are only 18 teams. Yep, obviously, yep, there's less teams in the league, and therefore only 34 games. Yeah, but obviously it's kind of like you have the same structures like the Premier League, don't you? Where um, it usually follows the similar pattern every season. So the World Cup has disturbed that pattern. So I was just curious to whether there might be a fixture pile-up, and obviously with European football due to come back in a couple of weeks, that could be quite a significant um, impact to the teams still playing in Europe, particularly Bayern Munich. And I just thought, like I said, I just thought I'd ask your opinion on whether it is whether, because obviously, like I say, the Bundesliga, as you say, because there's only 18 teams in it, is kind of very well structured in it. It's well balanced. It's not like with the Premier League where we have 1 week of disruption for whatever, and it can cause a real fixture pile up just because the amount of games coming thick and fast with cup games and League Cup games and Champions League games and UEFA Cup games, as well as like I say, the normal league games. So we see it in the UK quite a lot, where if there's any kind of interruption in the calendar, it can create a real problem with getting fixtures played. But so that's why I asked, because obviously most of the time the Bundesliga don't have that problem. Everton in possession on this near side with a cross into the box, but it's headed out, and Everton managing to regain possession midway inside the West Ham half of the pitch. They're now on the edge of the box as they look to probe the West Ham defence, and now they've lost the ball, and now an opportunity for West Ham to hit Everton on the counter-attack as they move the ball down this near side, and now looking to break into the box as one of the West Ham players rides a challenge, and it's a cross, and it's a goal. Oh, it's a bit of a real smash and grab goal there for West Ham. Everton caught in all sorts of trouble at the back there. The West Ham player moved down this near side of the pitch. Did come under pressure from Everton defenders, but you can see the confidence is improving in the West Ham team. The player, West Ham player that came down, riding the challenge, which was really refreshing to see, to be fair, guys, because he could have made a right meal of that and gone down from that challenge, but he stayed on his feet, he's rode the challenge, and he's then come into the inside, into the box, got the cross off, and an on-running West Ham player has just slammed it right into the back of the net, straight through, literally cut straight through the Everton defence. And like I say, the Everton defence there caught at 6s and 7s, and you can really see that Everton are a team that are massively, massively lacking confidence. And I'm frustrated with what's going on at Everton, because I really like Frank Lampard. I'd love to see him be successful, but to be fair, guys, I've got to criticise him. I think he's made his own bed. He should, for me, I've said this before, I think he should have stayed at Derby and for longer, gained more experience. Yes, we know he did okay at Chelsea, but that was only for 1 season, and there was always going to be the honeymoon period, wasn't there? After that, he started to struggle there, and as we've seen, he's starting to struggle, Everton. For me, I think obviously if Lampard does end up getting the sack, which I hope he doesn't, but it's definitely looking like it's going to come, I think he should seriously consider taking a job lower down the divisions to get his own confidence back and get better experience, because you cannot get experience in a good way as a young manager when you're under this kind of intense pressure and expectation. Yes, we know he is gaining experience from managing this team and what he's going from, but it's not good experience, is it? It's very, like I say, he's a young manager. He's got a lot to learn. Yes, we know he was a very talented player, but like I say, it's it's got to be considered that maybe he needs to step down. We just had an opportunity for Everton. Corner comes in and straight into the melee of the box, and Everton managing to get a shot off. I think it's took a deflection and gone wide. Well, it has gone wide, but I think it took a deflection as he's took the shot. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did take a deflection. It was actually going straight towards goal, but one of the West Ham players managed to get a touch on it to some degree, and it's gone out behind for a corner on this near side to Everton. 44 minutes, guys, almost at half time. Please do keep your comments coming. I will come back to comments in a second. Just see what's happening with this with this corner. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Amish. And like I say, mate, just wanted to know. Obviously, you being a lot more knowledgeable about Bundesliga than me, mate. Corner comes in towards the mix of the players, and it's headed away. But Everton still in possession with another cross coming in. The keeper goes for it, and he almost ends up in all sorts of trouble there. But luckily, one of his teammates has managed to kick it out, and it wouldn't have resulted in much anyway, guys, because the offsides flag has gone up. So yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, please do hit that like button and drop your comments in the chat, guys. It'd be great to hear from you. We are not a club channel. We're very much a fan channel. We're quite new, and we're looking to build something unique here. So if you care about the future of football, please do consider subscribing, because there's a lot more to come from Fandom in the future. Just seeing that a camera shot, guys, seeing Everton fans leaving already. We're only on a half-time mark, and Everton fans already leaving the stadium. I'm not sure I agree with that. Obviously, I can understand when you can see your team losing, you may want to leave early, but leaving at half-time, come on. You got to still try and get behind your team through the good times and the bad time. Really disappointing to see Everton fans leaving at half-time. That's really, really poor. We criticize players, we criticize managers. Sometimes where it's deserved, even fans deserve a little bit of criticism. When you go to show support to your team and you're leaving at halftime, you're not really getting behind the team. I know it's hard to watch when you're seeing your team play so poorly. Believe me, I've been to plenty of Bolton games in the past where I've seen my team play really badly. But you've got to stick it out. You go there. You might want to leave 5 minutes early. That's fair enough. But to leave a whole half of the game before kicking off, before the final whistle is pretty poor from some of the Everton fans to be doing that. Why have they travelled all the way down there to not really get behind the team properly? What does that do to the motivation of the players when they look in the stand and see fans leaving at halftime? That I know these players are suffering with confidence, but that has an even more of a psychological effect on players when they see their own fans giving up on them at halftime. And I'd love to know you guys' thoughts on that. Like I say, won't hear me criticise fans very often on the channel, because we are a fan channel and we want to talk about what's important to fans and stand up for what matters to fans. But like I say, I'm a very honest guy, mate, and I believe in saying it as it is. And sometimes, like I say, we're always quick to criticise players and managers. Sometimes we have to also give a little bit of criticism to fans when it's necessary, if it's deserved. And like I said, I think it's definitely deserved there. Where you see, how can you go to a game and leave at half time? Even if your team's losing 5-0, surely you would stay into the second half to let your team know that you're frustrated with their performance and you expect better. If you lose it, you can still stay there and let them know how you feel. That's the whole point. But yeah, like I said, love to know your guys' thoughts on that. Sorry, I'm missing a comment there, Anna. Joey, sorry, mate. Just bear with me a second. Joey is saying Everton will bottle it, no doubt, but they will hang out onto Lampard for as long as possible. Really? Do you think so, mate? I think he could be going. Well, from what I'm seeing off this Everton performance, um, it don't look to me like them players. Well, I think a lot of it is confidence. You could see the lack of confidence in the players, definitely. But at the same time, it doesn't. It's not convincing me that the players are wanting to fight for him. Um, so yeah, like I say, but that's a very interesting comment, that Joey. Um, I'm surprised you saying that, but fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion, mate. I'm not disagreeing with you. That's a fair comment. I'm just surprised because everybody else seems to think that Lampard will get sacked after this game if he doesn't get a good result. But to be fair to what Joey's saying, they have been saying that for the last three games, I think, and he's lost them and still in the job. So maybe Joey's sorry. Oh, sorry. That's sorry. My apologies. That I thought that was Joey then for a minute. It's not. It's John Doe. Sorry. My apologies, John. I'm get so used to seeing Joey in the comments with the same color logo as you that I thought it was Joey. So apologies, John Doe. My bad there, mate. I didn't realise there was another J with a blue logo. So my apologies there, mate. But welcome to Fandom. And John Doe is saying Everton will bottle it, and he's thinking that they'll hang on to Lampard. So yeah, like I say, great to see you. Welcome to Fandom, mate. Great to have another fan involved in the chat. Always a pleasure to see new fans. So like I said, mate, my apologies. As you can see, Joey is also in the chat. And Joey is a regular on the channel, comes and shows fantastic support. And obviously, sometimes I just got confused there because I just see it's in the J and the same color logo. So my bad there, mate. Apologies. But yeah, welcome to the show, John Doe. And like I said, it's a bit of an unusual title name for an account, but fair enough, mate. But yeah, that's an excellent point. Like I said, I think most fans and a lot of pundits have been expecting Lampard to get the sack over the last couple of games, and a lot of people saying it's coming if he doesn't get a good result in this game. So John Doe is saying he thinks that Everton won't fire Lampard, which is quite an interesting statement. But thank you very much for that, mate. And like I say, apologies there for the confusion. Kieran Williams is saying Lampard P45 incoming. That's one way to put it, mate. That's one way to put it. I don't know. Is there an employment office for football managers? But yeah, that's a good one, that Kieran. I have heard it before, but yeah, I like a little bit of humour in football. So yeah, that's a good one, that Kieran. Maybe he could come and be an assistant to Ten Hag at your place and help you guys. Do you think maybe, or would he be jinx? But yeah, is Ten Hag not needing some assistance? He's going to be out of a job soon, mate. So maybe you guys could help him out. Now you've got confidence back in the team. You could show him how to get confidence in a team. Maybe he could come and do some learning under Ten Hag. Do you think, or do you think he would bring the confidence back down to the level we saw before Ten Hag took over? I'm only joking, mate. Just having a bit of banter. You got your team doing quite well at the minute. Been a lot more impressive since Ronaldo left, and I kind of it doesn't surprise me, to be fair, seeing that. It's like I say, we've seen that as much as Ronaldo is a fantastic player, there's too much baggage that comes with players with big egos like that, and it can really impact a team. And when he was younger, it was worth taking that on the chin for any team that had Ronaldo in. But now he's older. And he's coming to the back end of his career. Is it really worth tolerating that? Like I said, love to know what you guys think. But thanks for that, Kieran. I like that. It's a good bit of football humour there. Joey is saying, yep, you could be right, Kieran. It's not looking good for him. It's definitely not, Joey. Like I say, I think he's... I'll be gutted to see him get the sack again, but... like I said, I think he's put himself in that position, because for me, I think he should have. He left Derby too eager. And a portion of that blame has to go towards Chelsea because they knew he wasn't going to refuse that job. But for me, I don't want to see these young managers keep um, racing to get a Premier League job when they're so young. There's plenty of time for them to get a Premier League job in the future. I don't know what you guys think of that, but like I say, too many young managers in too much of a rush to get the top jobs when they've not got enough experience. And I think we've seen that a little bit with Lampard and Steven Gerrard. And we also seen it a little bit with Roy Keane as well, I think. Was it Roy Keane? No, I'm sorry, they're getting confused. He was the manager at Sunderland. He was a young manager when Sunderland were up. I'm sure that was a young manager. I might be getting confused. So much football goes on every season, it kind of blares into your mind sometimes. But yeah, like I say, you guys could be right, and I'd love to know if you think that whether you agree. Do you think that Lampard has jump ship from Derby before he had gained enough experience? Because he was doing quite well at Derby, and sometimes I think that if you're doing well at a club, just stick it out for a while. Just stick it out. Because look at Big Sam. He thought. I always think of it, Big Sam. He thought the grass was greener on the other side. He was doing amazing things with Bolton. He eventually had a bit of a fallout with the chairman. But yeah, even though he did, he was still happy at the club. But he wanted that big job. He wanted that big opportunity to manage a bigger club. And when it finally came, he moved to Newcastle, and look what happened there. I think he ended up about 3 months in the job, and he got the sack, something like that. And after over 10 years at Bolton, and he switched clubs and literally lasted a few months and got the sack. So the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I wish some of these older managers would pass that experience and knowledge on to younger managers to help them learn that and realise that the opportunity will come around again if they're good enough. But yeah, Kieran is saying Everton need a change for sure. Joey, absolutely. I've got to agree with it, to be honest. I'm not thrilled about seeing Lampard get the sack, but the way I'm seeing Everton play in this game, there is definitely a noticeable lack of confidence, nervousness, and like I say, it doesn't look to me like the players are motivated by the manager's team tactics or whatever. And it's a shame to see. I'm sure you guys agree there, because we want to see England managers doing well, gaining experience, because it gives more options. And we might actually see a manager in the England job one day that's not a yes man like Gareth Southgate. And yes, he's done very well with England, but I've got to say it, guys, he is a yes man, isn't he? He is. He's the FA's little puppet. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not a big fan of Gareth Southgate. I'm nothing against him as a person. I'm just not a big fan of him as the England manager. I think he got the job way too easy. Yes, he's done well, but he's done well with England because he doesn't create waves. But he hasn't got that fire in the belly for me to get us to win a tournament and get us across the line. And that's why I'm not a big fan of him being in the job. It's too much of a yes man for me. But like I said, I'd love to see other England managers getting that experience so that we might have more options for an England manager that might actually get us to finally win a World Cup or a European Cup in the future. Let me know, guys, if you agree with that. Do you think that's right, or do you think I'm being a bit unfair to Gareth Southgate? But thanks for that, Kieran. Joey is saying, definitely, mate. Think Lampard needs to drop down to maybe Championship and get some experience. Absolutely. Thanks for that, Joey. Yeah, like I said, I think he could be a great Premier League manager in the future, but he's still young. He's got plenty of time. Why put himself under that amount of pressure so early in his career, in his management career? Surely it makes more sense to, sometimes in life, it's better to take one step backwards to take 2 steps forward, if you get my meaning. And I think Lampard definitely needs somebody giving him that advice to just say, do you know what? Just take a break, recharge, restock, and then the next job you take it as with a club that's going to not give you that same intensity of pressure. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. I just think, we don't want to see these young managers being damaged to the point where it damages the rest of their career permanently in management. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Appreciate that, mate. Kieran Williams is saying, yeah, they need to change the board. Sorry, yeah, they need to change the board to 2-0. West Ham, Lampard down the job centre. um, they need to change. I'm confused with that, mate. They need to change the board 2-0. It's showing. I was confused with that because I wasn't sure if he was meaning the board, as in the Everton board members that make the decisions. But you've gone on to say to 2-0 West Ham, Lampard down the job centre. But yeah, I'm presuming you mean that somewhere's not showing the proper scoreline. I'm not sure. I'm confused with that, Kieran. My apologies, mate. If you could just clarify if you're meaning a scoreboard's wrong where you're watching it or something, or are you having a dig at the Everton board? If it's not too much trouble, Kieran, appreciate if you could just clarify that, mate. So it's just a little. I'm just a little bit confused with the way you've written it. Maybe I'm not reading it right. So yeah, but if you could, Kieran, be great. If you could let me know if you're meaning if you're trying to describe the board at Everton there. Billy Random Clips, how's it going, Billy? Great to see you, mate. Obviously, Billy, a Chelsea fan. I'm sure you're a little bit disappointed with today's result, but you still got a point and a clean sheet. As I said to Joey earlier, that clean sheet might help you guys get confidence in your team because both Chelsea and Liverpool are a little bit underachieving this season. And maybe that clean sheet might help instill a bit of confidence in respect of, so we know goals can create confidence, but when goals are struggling to come, you've got to look at other ways of getting confidence in the team, and clean sheets is one other way to get confidence in the team. So, yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on that, Billy. But, yeah, great to see you, Billy, mate, and thank you very much for coming, getting involved. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. Obviously, I'm sure, like I say, I'm sure you may be a little bit disappointed, just as Joey was. But like I say, I didn't see the game, but maybe the 0-0 is good for getting some confidence into the players of Chelsea and Liverpool for the rest of the season. Because, like I say, I don't think you guys have had too many clean sheets in recent games. But thank you very much, Billy. Joey's saying, hi, Billy. Yeah, I think so. Think so too. Oh, sorry, I forgot to. Apologies, Billy. I forgot to read your comment, mate. My bad. Billy's saying, I think Lampard is going tonight or in the morning. Do you not think if they'll wait till Monday? Do you not think they'll give him till Monday? Surely he might get an extra day's pay and they might let it stay till Monday. Mind you, I don't suppose they need an extra day pay, do they? When they sack managers these days, they get a big fat check and sent that shown the door, don't they? So it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get one of them big fat checks, wouldn't it, for being shown the exit door. But yeah, thanks for that, Billy. But I think you could be right, mate. Based off this performance I'm seeing at the minute for Everton, it's looking really bad for Lampard. Joey is saying, hi, Billy. Yeah, I think so too. A lot of you guys thinking that, and got to be honest, up until last week, I was trying to defend Lampard as much as possible when I'm talking to people on social media and stuff. But after seeing this performance and the lacking confidence, if Everton are going to get themselves out of this rut they're in, as much as I don't like seeing managers get the sack, it is looking like they need new impetus, if you get my meaning. And maybe a more experienced manager would be able to instill some confidence and get Everton back to somewhere near where they're capable of reaching with regards to performances. But thanks for that, Joey. Billy is saying, hi, Joey. Top, you guys. That's awesome. Love to see you guys acknowledging each other in the chat when you join. That's awesome. Thanks for that, guys. Really appreciate it. Great to see. I'd like to say, Fandent, yes, is about football and about fans. But like I keep saying, I want you guys to also get to know each other and build good footy friendships. Why not? We all love the game. We might support different clubs, but there's no reason we can't also build good friendships and enjoy the game we love together, even if we do. And the good thing about building friendships with fans of other clubs as well is you get to know each other as mates, and then you can enjoy some friendly banter together because you get to know each other, and how much you can push each other's patience or how much banter each other can take, if that's the right terminology, without anybody getting too offended. But yeah, Billy, thanks for that, mate. And Billy is saying, I hope everyone is doing well. Nice one, Billy. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Hopefully you enjoying your weekend. I'm sure you can. You and Joey can sit back and enjoy the rest of the weekend's football. Now your teams have played this early today, and I'm sure you're going to be scrutinising the other teams' performances with regards to upcoming fixtures that your team, Joey, and Billy's teams have got in the rest of the season. But yeah, that's one of the good things about the dinner time kickoff. There isn't much about good about the dinner time kickoff, but that is one thing, I suppose. You get to enjoy your team play, and then you can sit at the back, maybe with a beer, and enjoy the rest of the weekend's football without worrying about your own team playing because it's done for the weekend. But yeah, thanks for that, Billy. Nice one, top man, mate. Just going to quickly change the camera angle if it'll do it. Come on. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. That's better. There you go. But yeah, top man, thanks, Billy. Poppy Lannon, welcome to Fandom, Poppy. Great to see you, mate. Always great to see new fans coming, getting involved. Bowen is such a goat. Right, well, fair enough, mate. That's a little bit random. But yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, mate. Obviously, we've been talking more about this sack race as this game's progressed. The second half has now kicked off, guys. We're a couple of minutes in. West Ham currently in possession on the attack and now coming to the box. But Everton managed to get a block and regain possession for themselves as they now look to push up the other end of the field. But currently under pressure from West Ham, but they moved the ball back towards their defence to try and create some space to give themselves some space to move into. But yeah, sorry about that, Poppy. Like I say, mate, great to have you with us, and thank you very much for getting involved. Like I say, mate, I'm not sure really what to make of that comment, but it's a bit off topic. But like I say, mate, thank you very much for coming, getting involved, and welcome to Fandom. Stevie Allen is saying, yeah, all good, thanks, Billy. How are you? How's you? Nice one, Stevie. Oh, I'm getting him. I think I need to get a cover for this seat because it doesn't have, it's leather and it gets quite warm sitting here sometimes for long periods of time. But yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. Like I say, always great to see you guys making the effort to talk to each other in the chat. And Stevie always doing a great job behind the scenes. So yeah, appreciate that, Stevie. Michael, Nuachi, I'm not sure if I'm reading your second name correctly, mate. Michael saying hello, guys. Hello, Michael. Welcome to Fandom UK. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with us, mate. Like I say, always a pleasure to have new fans involved in Fandom. And let us know if you can, Michael, what team you support. Be great to hear from you. Like I say, that's what we like to see, don't we? New fans coming, getting involved in a positive way and making the effort to say hello. So nice one, Michael. Great to see you, mate. Thank you very much. Like I say, please do. If you're still there, please do let us know which team you support, mate. Be great to know which club is your passion. But thank you very much, Michael. Stephen Allen is saying, hello, Michael. Absolutely nice one, Stevie. Top man. Billy is saying, I'm doing good. Well, Stevie Allen, thanks for asking. Nice one, Billy. Always great. Really do appreciate you guys acknowledging Stevie in the chat because, like I say, Stevie in the background doing all the hard work to keep the chat positive and free of spammers. So, yeah, like I say, thank you very much for that, Billy. Really do appreciate you guys when you acknowledge Stevie. Michael is saying, how are you doing? I'm doing good, mate. How are you? Let's know your thoughts on this game or any other games you're watching. And like I say, mate, would love to know what team you support. We just got a stoppage at the minute, guys, for a foul on an Everton player. Not a lot in it. A 50. It's good. Sorry, guys. This chair, my back getting rather hot in this chair. So Everton with a free kick midway inside the West Ham half of the pitch. Cross comes in, but it's gone past everyone, and West Ham managed to clear the ball back up the field, and now they're looking to break on Everton and hit them on the counter attack. Oh, I think he's going to get an offside. Yeah. There's Everton trying to break there on the counter attack. Nice bit of play there, but unfortunately, the player on this near side a bit too eager to get forward, and he's got. Well, actually, I don't know. It's actually just seeing the replay. It actually looked like he was actually onside. When you see it at full speed, it looks like he's offside. But when you see the replay, you can see that he is actually. It does look like he was very much onside. I think, guys, I think it's only a matter of time, before we see tags on players or some sort of mad technology to basically whether they get an offside digitally. I think that's coming in the future. I'd love to know if you guys agree with that. But with the amount of technology being poured into the game at the minute, I think it's only a matter of time before we see some kind of tags put on the players to computerize whether they're offside. Maybe with a bleeper or something like that. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me with the way that the technology is being pumped into football at the moment. But yeah, thank you, Michael. And like I say, I'm good. Thanks, mate. And welcome to Fandom. Great to have you with us, mate. Please do, if you're still there, let us know which club you support. Be great to know that, mate. Stevie Allen is saying, yeah, doing good. Thanks, Michael. How's you? Nice one, Stevie. Kieran Williams is saying, oh, sorry, guys, just break off a minute here. We've got an opportunity for West Ham. But Everton managed to clear it up the field, but that was building nicely there for West Ham. And West Ham have now got the ball back on that far side as they bring the ball back inside to midfield and now switch the play out to this near side. And now they're on the edge of the box on this near side, but they pass the ball back into midfield. You can see the difference between the two teams now. Everton looking nervous, and West Ham growing in confidence the longer the game goes on, and they're starting to. You can see a marked difference between the way they're passing it about now to the way they were passing it about at the start of the game. But there's still little mistakes, as they've just shown, with a little bit of a sloppiness when in front of goal, and the ball ends up with Pickford, and now Everton with the chance to try and keep a bit of possession and move the ball up the field. And they're currently on the halfway line on this near side now as they move the ball up the field. Guys, if you just join us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you. And I will keep coming back to the comments just a sec. Like I said, just keeping an eye on things. Everton currently in possession, just on the edge of the West Ham box now, with a cross into the box. Oh, and that was a beautiful opportunity. But unfortunately, Calvert-Lewin not able to get on the end of that, stretching all the way to try and tap that one in. It would have been literally a really easy tap in if he'd have been able to just stretch it a bit further to get to that. But I think just a little bit too much pace on the ball, and he's unfortunately not been able to get on the end of that. Kieran Williams is saying we are better without Ronaldo. Yeah, I've got to agree, mate. I've got to agree. Like I say, when he was younger, it was worth putting up with the Ronaldo show, if you like, because that's the best way to describe it, innit? The Ronaldo show. But now he's older and he's kind of, he's still a top player, no question, but he's lost that extra yard of pace that made all the difference to him as a top talent. And in a way, he was becoming a bit of a problem for United getting a settled team because his own ego was interfering. And he wasn't really putting the team first because he's a very egotistical player, isn't he? And he's got the right to be to a certain extent because of what he's achieved. But it's not really being a team player when you're thinking about yourself all the time. We just had an opportunity for Everton as they finally have managed to get a decent shot off, but it's gone wide of the post. So now we have a corner for Everton on the far side. So far we've had 3 corners for West Ham and 6 corners for Everton. I actually thought it was the opposite way around to that, but the stats are saying otherwise. Corner comes in towards the near post. It's headed down by the Everton players, but ends up on this near side, and Everton still in possession. Nice bit of play there, cross into the box, but the goalkeeper has managed to gather it and take the danger out of the Everton attack, and now he will get West Ham on the move again, and they get up the other end of the field really quickly there, but Everton managing to get possession. Everton looking a bit better in this second half, so let's hope that continues to make the game more interesting. They are starting to look a little bit more motivated than they did in that first half. But yeah, thanks for that, Kieran. And I've got to agree with you there, mate. I really have. I've got to agree with you. Hayden, welcome to Fandom, mate. Great to see you. Hayden is saying, do you think Everton will stay up, mate? Also, you've gained another subscriber, top content. Thank you very much, mate. Great to see you, Hayden. Welcome to Fandom. I hope you like what we're trying to do here. And like I said, thank you very much for subscribing. Really appreciated, mate. And like I said, let us know what club you support. Obviously, you guys that show support to the channel and get involved, make the effort to get involved. We definitely want to know which clubs you support. But yeah, thank you very much, Hayden. Hayden, as I said, asking, do you think Everton will stay up, mate? Also, you've gained a subscriber, right? Thank you. And I'm not sure, mate, whether Everton will stay up. To be honest, it all depends on what happens. I think Lampard is going to get the sack, and I think if Lampard does get the sack, I think we'll see an improvement in Everton performances. But it's a good question: will those performances improve enough to keep Everton up? I've got to be honest. I think they will go down. I do. I think they will go down. I think Everton, like I said at the top of the show, I think they've been underachieving for such a long time as a club. They've been involved in the Premier League for I don't know how many seasons now. It's been a long time they've been involved. I think they've been involved in it since the start. But they've never really achieved nothing whilst being in it. they've qualified for Europe a couple of times, but they've always got knocked out at the qualifier stage, and they've not won a cup for I don't know how long. So it's not surprising that Everton find themselves in this position, in my opinion, through years of underachieving. You're a Premier League club. If you're a Premier League club for as long as Everton have been, then surely you should be looking to make that count and win some silverware. And they haven't even won a League Cup. And that really, as a football club, with all respect to Everton, like I say, for the length of time they've been involved in the Premier League, I'd say that's a little bit embarrassing to not have even won a League Cup in all them years. So, yeah, for me, Everton definitely underachieving. And maybe getting relegated might give them the wake-up call that they need. I'm nothing against Everton. I respect them as a club. The fan base is amazing for Everton. They show such loyalty, especially considering their local rivals, Liverpool, achieved so much. It must be extremely frustrating from an Everton fan point of view. So, yeah, you have to give them credit for the loyal support they show to their club. But like I say, for me, Everton have been kind of asking for this to happen really for a number of years, because they've just not, failed to achieve anything and show any true ambition to win trophies. And let's be honest, guys, the reason we support our football clubs is because we want to see our clubs win trophies, put silverware in the trophy cabinet. It's bragging rights. It's something we can have banter over, isn't it? It's also, like I say, and a big part of it is bragging rights. It means you get to brag to other fans of other clubs how much your club has achieved. So, yeah, but thank you very much for that, Hayden. Great question, mate. And thank you very much, as I said, thank you very much for the sub. Really appreciate it. And if you're still there, mate, please do let us know which club you support. Be great to hear from you, mate. Stevie Allen is saying, hello, Hayden. Nice one, Stevie, top man. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. So we got a goal kick. I got a free kick for West Ham. Ball long from the goalkeeper up. Sorry, guys, up the field. And now Everton pick up possession as they look to get back down the other end of the field. And now with the ball down this near side, they managed to get a deflection, and it's gone out on this near side for a corner. Nice one. Thanks a lot, Stevie. Billy is saying Chelsea v Liverpool, the what? Just bear with me a second. Corner comes in, headed clear by West Ham. Sorry, Billy, I will come back to your comment in a minute, mate. Everton managed to pick up the possession again on this near side with another cross into the box, but it's headed clear again from West Ham. And now Everton managing to keep possession, but they've passed it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And now the keeper, long ball forward out to that far side. And now they've lost possession, and West Ham build again from the back, midway inside their own half of the field. Sorry about that, Billy. Billy is saying Chelsea v Liverpool, the El Crapico derby. Derby ended 0-0. Get in, El Crapico derby. Well, that's a bit different, mate. Yeah, I suppose. I'm just had another opportunity for West Ham. They got a ball. They come down this near side, breaking into the box. Managed to get a shot off. Pickford got a hand to it, and it's gone over the bar for a corner to West Ham. Corner comes in right into the mix of the players, and a header sees the ball go over the bar and out for a goal kick. Guys, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to quickly have a look what's going on around the grounds, because we are also, it is Saturday, so we do need to keep an eye on what is going on. So currently, guys, it is, I I will come back to the comments in a minute, guys. Just bear with me. Just let us give you a quick update on the other games going on. Currently, 3:00 kickoffs. Bournemouth 1, Nottingham Forest 0, Leicester 2, Brighton 1, Southampton 0, Aston Villa 0. West Ham United, as we know, winning 2-0 here. And Crystal Palace Newcastle kicks off at 5:30. We will be streaming that one as well, guys. In the Championship, it's currently 3:00 kickoffs. Birmingham City 0, Preston 2, Blackpool v Huddersfield postponed. Bristol City 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, Cardiff City 0, Millwall 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Swansea City 0, Stoke City 2, Reading 0, Watford 1, Rotherham United 1, Wigan 0, Luton Town 2. In League One, it's currently Barnsley 3, Accrington Stanley 0. Bristol Rovers v Wickham is postponed. Derby 1, Bolton 0. That's disappointing from my point of view, but not to worry. Hopefully, time for my team to equalise there and possibly win it. Forest Green Rovers 1, Milton Keynes 2. Lincoln v Burton Albion and Morecambe v Port Vale games postponed, as well as Peterborough United v Charlton Athletic. Oxford United 1, Ipswich 1, Plymouth Argyle 3, Cheltenham 1, Portsmouth 1, Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Fleetwood Town 0, Shrewsbury Town 3, Cambridge United 0. In League Two, quite a number of games been postponed, so I'm not going to read all out. I'll just read the scores for the games that have gone ahead. Colchester United 0, Gillingham 2, Hartlepool 2, Rochdale 0, Stevenage 2, Leyton Orient 0. So only 3 games going on in League One. That is League Two. That is really bad. That seriously, the FA need to get their act together and start showing some financial support to those lower league clubs so that they can start investing in the pitch infrastructure instead of suffering this frozen pitch scenario every season. In Scottish League One, it's currently Peterhead 1, Clyde 0. In Scottish League Two, it's currently Anima Athletic 2, Bonnyrigg Ross 0, and East Fife 1, Stranraer 3. And the other game in League Two has been postponed for a frozen pitch. In the Scottish Cup, going on. Celtic won. This is the 4th round, guys. Celtic won the earlier game 5-0 against Greenock Morton. Currently, the 3:00 kickoffs is Alloa Athletic 1, Falkirk 1, Arbroath 0, Motherwell 1, Dundee United 2, University of Stirling 0, Hamilton Academic 0, Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 0, Dumbarton 0, Partick Thistle 1, Dunfermline 1, St Mirren 0, Dundee 0, and Stenhousemuir 1, Livingston 3. The other game, St Johnstone v Rangers, is a 5:30 kickoff. So that brings you up to date, guys, around all the UK games going on in the football leagues. If you just joined us, please do consider hitting that like button. Drop your comments in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. Everton currently on the attack, but West Ham defending now and cross into the box from Everton, but it's deflected away and it's gone out on that far side for a throw into Everton. But yeah, thanks for that, Billy. Understandable. Maybe Billy just letting off a little bit of frustration with a disappointing game early on, although I didn't see it. So, like I said, I can't say whether it was a good game or a bad game. Sometimes I know 0-0 doesn't sound great, but sometimes you can have 0-0s where it's still end-to-end and very intense. But thanks for that, Billy. Joey's saying you only got a lightly... you got off lightly, Billy, because Liverpool not on form. Laugh out loud. Joey Kieran, Joey and Billy enjoying a bit of chat about the earlier kickoff between Liverpool and Chelsea. I should have said Chelsea v Liverpool because it was at Stamford Bridge, wasn't it? Everton with a ball down this near side as they look to break on Everton. But Everton now have regained possession. 70 minutes gone, guys. Still nil. Still 2-0 to West Ham. But Everton have come into the game more. But they've lost the possession again midway inside the West Ham half of the pitch. And now West Ham looking to. Well, I don't know what they're looking to do. They're trying to get clear of the defender, and he's ended up running it back up the other end of his at the other end of his own end of the West Ham pitch to try and keep possession. Right, guys, we're about to see a double substitution for West Ham, and it appears Danny Ings is about to come on. Just on the 71 minutes gone, and we're about to see the introduction of Danny Ings, new signing for West Ham. So Antonio coming off and Ings coming on. And I think we're also going to see a second sub, I think. But definitely a second player stood there, I think. Just bear with me a second, guys. Yep. Paquetá coming on, if that's how you pronounce it. And Salsuk coming on. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that, guys. Some of these players' names, they're a bit of a challenge to get your tongue around, aren't they? Right, guys, so quickly try and get some more comments before we get back to the game. Billy is saying, Southgate, the biggest tool in football. Well, I'm not sure I'd describe it like that, but yeah, thanks for that, Kieran. Like I say, for me, I'm nothing against him personally. I just don't like him as the England manager because for me, it's just the FA's yes man, isn't he? And that's why they're keeping him in the job. Yes, he's achieved well while he's been the manager, but I can't see him. He doesn't have that fire in the belly to get players to, to find that extra bit of motivation they need to just win in the latter stages of a competition. And for me, I think that he's been in the job this long more so because, like I say, it doesn't cause any waves for the FA to deal with. And that's what they want, don't they? They just want less controversy, less newspaper headlines. And as long as they get that and they're getting reasonably respectful results, the suits, shall we say, at the FA are quite happy with that. Because most of the people are in them suits are not real football people, are they, guys? But yeah, thank you very much for that, Kieran. And like I say, mate, I'm not sure I'd describe it like that, but fair dues. It's a very expressive way of describing it. So thank you very much for that, Kieran. Billy is saying, I think any team could have won that game, Joey, mate. Obviously, you guys discussed. Sorry, guys, I missed it because I was working. So apologies. I can't really comment. I'll try and catch the highlights of it later and see what it was like. I'm sure, obviously, probably not a lot of highlights in a 0-0. But maybe you guys can let me know. Is it worth checking out the highlights? Was it an interesting game or was it a bit boring? Like I say, you can get 0-0s that can be interesting. But yeah, I'm sure Billy or Joey will let me know whether it's worth checking out those highlights. But thank you very much for that, guys. Kieran is saying, yeah, I meant the board members. I should have put a full stop in there. No worries, Kieran. Like I said, I did have an inkling that you meant that, mate. I just it was just confusing. But no worries. Don't worry. Maybe spell check interfering as well. I have the same problem all the time on social media. It bugs me, to be honest. Take the time to write out a proper message, and then there's always something that you miss that the spell check has tried to correct for you, and it's not always corrected it in the right way. But yeah, no worries, Kieran. Thanks for that, mate. And I think you are right. I think you're spot on, actually, with regards to Everton. You cannot keep blaming the managers for all the problems when a team consistently underperforms. You have to start looking elsewhere as well. And I think we hear too much that it's the managers that take the fall. Players are never going to take the fall because they're too valuable to clubs. They're assets, aren't they? But maybe it's about time we started hearing about some board members getting the sack for making poor decisions, picking managers. So that's a great point that Kieran's making, really. That would be refreshing, wouldn't it, if we saw a headline like, entire Everton board gets sacked for consistently picking bad man or making bad decisions with regards to the management. If fans could sack people at the club, I'm sure some of you guys would love the opportunity to sack board members at your club when results are not going your way. If fans got the opportunity to vote, should the board be sacked? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely awesome, guys. We've just had a coming together of players in the West Ham box. I think that was. I'm not sure if there's anything serious because the camera's moved away. But now West Ham on the attack as they get a ball in behind the Everton player, but defenders, should I say. But the West Ham player unable to get that ball under control, and Everton regain possession as they look to move the ball up the field again. This game is actually sprung to life a little bit more better, and the speed of the game has improved compared to the first half, which is good. Because, like I said, that first half was really slow and sluggish. There were spells of speed, but you know what I mean. There was caginess. It was slow at the start. It took a while to get going. But now we're seeing both teams playing a bit more intensity and a bit more speed, and it has made the game a bit more end-to-end. We just had a claim for a foul on this near side for West Ham, who have lost possession, and one of the Everton players taking the opportunity to go up to the West Ham player there and let him know his feelings about him trying to claim a foul. So that's quite interesting. But yeah, thanks for that, Kieran. And I've got to agree, mate. Like I just said, it would be refreshing, wouldn't it, to see on the back of the newspaper entire club board sacked through poor management selection. Wouldn't that be cool? Apologies, mate. I have no idea how I pronounce that because I don't speak your language. So maybe if you would like to give me another name, I could call you by. Because, like I say, apologies, mate. I do not speak your language, so I can't read out your account name. But I'm not sure even what your comment's meant to be meaning there, mate. It's put hand pink waving. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but welcome to Fandom, mate. And let me know if you have a name that I can understand in English that I could call you by. That'd be great. But thank you very much for coming, getting involved, mate. Always great to see new fans, even if I can't always tell what it is exactly you're saying. So apologies, mate, but you're going to have to be a bit clearer if you want me to respond to your message to what exactly you're meaning. Like I say, I can't make much sense of that, mate. But like I say, if you do understand English, please do let me know a name I could call you by to involve you in the chat. Hayden is saying, do you think Everton will stay up, mate? As a Liverpool fan, Hayden is a Liverpool fan. Joey will be happy to hear that. As a Liverpool fan, it would make my year. Also, you gained some great content. Thanks, Hayden. Wasn't that Hayden from previously? Thank you very much, Hayden. Like I say, I did say thank you earlier for the sub, mate, but thanks again. Really appreciated. And obviously, Hayden letting us know there that he is a big Liverpool fan. And he's saying that he would like, I think he's saying that he would like to see Everton go down there. Is that what you're saying, Hayden? Obviously, I know the rivalry between Everton and Liverpool is quite strong, but I didn't think too many Liverpool fans would be wanting to see Everton go down, really, because that would mean no Merseyside derby. And let's be honest, Everton are no threat to Liverpool at the minute, and what Liverpool have achieved over the years. Everton are nowhere near what you guys have achieved. But my concern with Everton going down, guys, is the investment in the city. They're in the process of having a brand new stadium built, and that is obviously going to mean new jobs for members of the local community within the Liverpool community, and it's positive for the city having two Premier League clubs as well. So I understand there is a deep rivalry between the clubs, but I'm quite surprised to hear a Liverpool fan looking forward to Everton going down. Don't get me wrong, I know you don't like each other's clubs, I get that, but I've always thought of Liverpool as a city that the clubs, even though there is that rivalry, there is also that togetherness between the two clubs in respect of being proud of being a major footballing city. And to be fair, both clubs do contribute to that. All right, yes, Liverpool may contribute a lot more with the success, but the city is known for both clubs. And like I said, they both contribute to making it a very special footballing city. So like I said, I totally understand the rivalry. I'm just a bit surprised that Liverpool fans would be happy to see Everton go down. I'm not expecting you to be not happy about it or anything like that. But like I say, it's just it's a special city, isn't it? It's a city that, but with two great clubs with very loyal fan bases, and it will diminish the enjoyment within the city, I think, a little bit if Everton do go down. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have a different one, let me know in the chat. Be great to hear from you. And don't forget, guys, please do hit that like button. But thank you very much for that, Hayden. Appreciated, mate. Thank you. Everton currently in possession on this near side as they look to move the ball up the field again. They're struggling to get any kind of pressure on the West Ham goal. As they moved the ball out to that far side. Sorry, guys, just needed to wet my mouth there. They moved the ball out to that far side and got a crossing, but it's deflected away. And now they're back in to the midfield with the possession and try moving the ball out to this near side, but they've lost it now to West Ham, who clear it up the field. And now West Ham sitting really deep. Now 82, just coming up to 83 minutes gone, guys. Still 2-0 to West Ham. And Everton managed to regain possession just inside the West Ham half of the pitch. And now West Ham clear it up the field as Everton have come with a cross. And now Danny Ings in possession. Will he manage to get a shot off? But no. Oh, we're just seeing a challenge, a bit of a foot race there between Danny Ings and the Everton keeper, Pickford. Both players. Oh, sorry, it's not Danny Ings. I thought it was Danny Ings. It's not Danny Ings. But the West Ham player in a foot race with the Everton defenders, managing to get a shot off, but it's blocked, and then it ricochets out to that far side, and Pickford goes to clear the ball up the field in a foot race with a West Ham player, and they end up getting a bit tangled together, and both players having a few words to say to each other. Guys, if you have got any comments, please do drop them in, because we will be ending this stream quite quickly, because we're going to be jumping onto the next stream, which is the later kickoff, 5:30 kickoff, Crystal Palace beat Newcastle. So if you guys want to join us for that, that would be fantastic. But like I said, guys, if you've got any comments for this game, just please drop them in, because I'm going to try and catch up with the comments now. I might not get through them all. Depends how many. Oh, yeah, we're not too bad. We're not too behind with the comments. But yeah, if you've got any comments to drop in, guys, for this game, please do drop them in now, because like I say, we will have to end the stream quite quickly at the end of the game, so that I can get ready for the next stream, which is Crystal Palace v Newcastle. Stevie's saying, hi Hayden, welcome to Fandom, thanks for the sub. Just bear with Gaz, he will get to your comment. Nice one, Stevie. Thank you very much, mate. Like I say, guys, you guys that come on regularly, I do my best to try and reply to as many comments as possible. So any of you guys that are new to the channel, please do drop your comments in. I do try to get through as many comments as possible, but as you can understand, it's also a match watch along. So I also try and keep people in up to date with what's going on in the game, because some people will be dropping in on the stream because they want to find out what is going in the game. But like I said, I always try to keep up with as much comments as possible. So like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't think that I'm ignoring you if I don't get to your comments straight away. I work my way through the comments as much as possible, and I will try to get to your comments. So yeah, thanks for that, Steve. Really appreciate you explaining that, mate. 86 minutes gone, guys. Still 2-0 to Everton. Sorry. Still 2-0 to West Ham. Sorry, guys. My apologies there. There we go. But yeah, nice one, Steve. Appreciate that, man, mate. Top man. Everton now in possession. Deep inside their own half of the field as they look to move the ball up the field under pressure from West Ham. And now they move the ball out to that far side. West Ham being pushed right back now. I think Everton now with a ball in towards the box, but it's cleared by West Ham. And Everton managing to head it backwards, but back towards goal. Sorry, should I say? But West Ham clearing it again, but only as far as the halfway line, and Everton pick up possession again and come again down this near side. But I think, guys, we've got to say Lampard is probably going to get sacked, because the Everton just not getting much into the box, not creating much opportunities in the box. It's really, really poor from Everton. And like I said, I think we're seeing a manager that is going to be whose days are definitely numbered after seeing this performance. Billy is saying there was a few chances in the game, but it wasn't the most exciting game. Nice one, Billy. Thanks for that, mate. Just thought I'd ask. Like I say, I will maybe have a quick look later, but yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, because you guys, I'm sure, saw the game earlier, and as you know, sometimes I'm sure you guys know just as well as I do. Not always 0-0s, and not always boring, are they? I know not always goals, but you can get some 0-0s that are really intense and plenty of goal mouth action. So I just thought if I'd ask you guys. But thanks for that, Billy. Really appreciate you letting me know that, mate. If I've got time later, I will try and have a quick nosy. Joey's saying, not really, mate. Don't waste your... All right, fair enough. Don't waste your time. Both teams had chances, but nothing really to shout about. Right, Billy and Joey, thank you very much for that, guys. Really appreciate you replying to my question earlier. Like I say, I'll maybe if I get maybe I'll watch it maybe later on Match of the Day when I'm watching the highlights of some of the other games. Maybe catch it, but now you guys have told me it's nothing special. I won't go out of my way because I can obviously spend that time better working on some other Fanden stuff. Especially with the fact that we have the Counter-Attack League starting on Monday. So yeah. But thanks for that, guys. Appreciate you responding to my question there. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Matthew Bishindham, how's it going, Matthew? Great to see you, mate. Hi. Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Thank you, Matthew. How are you doing? Good to see you drop in the chat, mate. Did Inverness game? I'm sure did I see that Inverness games got called off this weekend? Has it been postponed? If I'm remembering correctly, I'm sure you'll let me know and correct me if I'm wrong there, Matthew. But obviously disappointing for you because I know you're a massive Inverness Caledonian Thistle fan. Obviously, you look forward to the games every weekend. I know that, mate. But I'm sure I read it. Did I read a post on your account saying that the game had been postponed, or did I see it on another Inverness account? But yeah, I'm sure Matthew, if you're still there, please do let me know, mate. But yeah, great to see you, Matthew, and thank you very much for dropping in, mate. Always a pleasure to have you involved. And yeah, I'm doing good, mate. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend as well. And like I say, mate, if you're still there, please do let me know if the Inverness game got cancelled this weekend, maybe because of the frozen pitch. A lot of that goes on up in Scotland. Hayden is saying, I didn't want to see Everton go down at first, but now just the pure bitterness of the fans. I think they deserve it for a season. Right, yeah, all right then. Yeah, that's fair comment, Hayden. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Sorry, I'll come back to comment in a minute. Corner comes in for Everton, but it's cleared, and West Ham now pick up possession on that far side as they look to relieve the pressure on their own goal, trying to move the ball up the pitch. 3 minutes added time added on, guys. West Ham now basically kicked the ball out for a throw-in, or I think they kicked it out, deflecting it against an Everton player there. But West Ham doing what is needed to relieve the pressure on their own goal there. Good game management, you might say. West Ham with the throw-in. Long ball down the field, and both players going to try and get ahead on that, come together, fall over, and the ball ends up going behind for a goal kick to Everton. Pickford now with the ball, long ball up the field, and I think it's game over in it for Everton and Lampard today. And we are hearing some boos, so it sounds like the Everton fans kind of eager to show their displeasure at this performance. But yeah, sorry, Hayden, sorry to break off there, mate. Hayden saying, I don't want to see, but what you say, mate, I can't argue with that, mate. That's a very fair comment. If you've been experiencing salty Everton fans, then yes, I can totally understand that you would be thinking like that, because yes, as much as we have some sympathy with the Everton fans, we've got to be honest. I've said it, and I don't know if you guys agree, but for me, Everton has been a club that's massively underachieved. They've been in the Premier League so long that by now they should have been competing for a trophy and won something over the many years that they've spent in the Premier League. So yeah, absolutely, Hayden, totally understandable if that's how you feel, mate. Yeah, we totally understand that Everton fans might be very upset and hurting right now. But like I say, fans that can be hurting can be very bitter and twisted, can't they? I've not experienced that too much myself with the Everton fans. But if you have, mate, then it is totally understandable why you might be wanting to see the Everton fan community get a bit of humble pie to get them, put them back in their place. But yeah, for me, I think maybe there's some logic in what Aiden's saying, because maybe Everton going down into the Championship. I know it wouldn't seem like that when they first got relegated, but it could be a blessing in disguise. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Hayden. I appreciate you taking the time to explain that, mate. And yep, that's totally logical, like I say, mate. And appreciate you taking on board my opinion with regards to why I said that I thought I explained about the Everton Liverpool connection and what it does for the city. So yeah, I appreciate you taking that into account, Hayden, and explaining the reason why you're frustrated with Everton fans. So yeah, that is totally understandable. Thanks for that, mate. Joey is saying, thanks, Gaz, for another great stream. Gonna pop off, mate, and grab some food. We'll join your next stream soon. Nice one, Joey. Thank you very much, mate. Yep, you go and enjoy some food, and yeah, it'd be really appreciated if you come and get involved in the other stream after this one. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the fantastic support you show, mate. And like I say, let's hope we're in for a really enjoyable game later on with the Crystal Palace v Newcastle game. But yeah, enjoy your food, Joey. Don't rush to get it down your neck. I'm sure you can go and get involved later if you've got the time, and that would be awesome, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Joey. Gaz Elliott, if I'm reading that correctly, Elliott is saying Lampard should go right now. Well, yeah, that's a fair comment, mate. I can't argue with that because, like I say, Everton, the players, the team just look like a team really bereft of ideas and struggling in this game. They're really poor with the efforts on goal. Even really poor getting the ball into the box to create any opportunities. So, yeah, Gaz, Elliot, welcome to Fanden. Great to see you, mate. Always a pleasure to have new fans in the chat. And, yeah, absolutely, mate. I cannot disagree with you. I was, up until this game, I was pretty much sticking up for Lampard, but and I don't want to see him get sacked because, like, as I explained earlier, he is an England manager, so we would like to see him gain more experience. But I think he's created his own problems taking the job in the first place. He should be a lower league club, learning from his mistakes and getting some experience at a club where he'd be under a significantly less amount of pressure. So yeah, absolutely, Gaz, Elliot, I agree about. Like I said, I don't want to see any manager get sacked. I'm not a big fan of seeing managers get sacked. But after seeing this performance from Everton, yes, I cannot argue, mate. You make a very valid statement there, and thank you very much for coming, get involved, mate. Great to see new fans in the chat. Always a pleasure. And like I say, Gaz, Elliot, welcome to Football Fanden UK. Stevie Allen, hello, Gaz. Are you an Everton fan? Great question. Thanks for that, Stevie. I forgot to ask that question, to be fair. Forgot to ask that question, to be fair. But thank you very much, Stevie. Gaz Elliott saying hi. No, but from the outside looking in, it ain't great. Yeah, that's like I say, Gaz. That is a fair comment. If you're still there, mate, please do let us know which club you support. Fans that come and get involved in the chat and Fandom, we always want to try and get to know you guys and make you feel part of the Fandom project. If we can, that's like I say, we're not a normal fan channel. We're still quite new, but we're trying to build something unique. At the minute, we're doing a lot of match watch-alongs to help fans find out about us, but there's a lot more to come from Fandom. I'm a football fan that's very passionate about how fans are treated in football, and I want to try and build a channel that makes a difference for the fan community and represents what fans feel about football. Because I feel that there's always a lot of talk in the media and the press about fans and a lot of gestures about involving fans, but in reality, when it comes to fans' opinions about how the game is managed, how things are introduced, stuff like that, how things go on at clubs, fans get very little input. And I want to try and make a difference for fans to have their voice heard in the future. So a lot more to come from Fandom. But like I say, always a pleasure to see new fans getting involved. And thank you very much, Gaz, for coming, sharing your opinion on Everton. And like I say, mate, if you're still there, please do let us know which club you support, mate. It'd be great to know that. Stevie Allen is saying, completely agree, Gaz. Yes, like I say, he looks, he's not, there's just such little confidence in the Everton team, isn't there? So you gotta be honest. It does look like Everton do need a change of manager. Nothing against Lampard, but he is just not getting any kind of serious attacking momentum in this team. The team looks bereft of confidence, bereft of ideas, and I don't think it's going to change. And I've got to agree. Like I said, I don't like to see managers get the sack, but I've got to agree that it looks like a change is needed if Everton are to have a chance of staying up. Gaz Elliott, just subscribe. Thank you very much, Gaz. Really appreciate it, mate. Top man. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll see you get involved on streams in future, and you can become a part of the Fandom community. Really appreciate you subscribing, mate. Top man. And like I say, mate, please do let us know the club you support if you're still there. All right, I think he has done. Is that United? Is that the club you support, mate? Is that what you mean in United? Because I'm not sure he's put United laugh out loud. But nothing. If you're a United fan, you guys should be quite proud right now. You're doing a lot better in the league. Performances have improved under Ten Hag. I think Ronaldo going has made a big difference. So yeah, you guys should be proud. But yeah, if you could just clarify, I am presuming you mean Manchester United, Gaz, if you're still there, mate. But thank you very much for subscribing. And like I say, mate, welcome to Fandom. Always great to have new fans coming, getting involved in the chat. Stevie Allen is saying, thanks, Gaz, top man. Thanks, Stevie. Really appreciated. Guys, I'm just going to quickly read through some of these results in the league, and then I'm going to jump off because we've got another stream coming after this. So just quickly to bring you up to date with the Premier League results that were 3 o'clock kickoffs. It finished Bournemouth 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Leicester City 2, Brighton 2, Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1, although that game is still playing. And as you know, West Ham 2, Everton 0. In the Championship, it's finished Coventry City 2, Norwich City 4, Birmingham City 1, Preston 2, Blackpool v Huddersfield postponed, Bristol City 1, Blackburn Rovers 1, Cardiff 0, Millwall 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Swansea City 1, Stoke City 4, Reading 0, Watford 1, Rotherham United 1, Wigan Athletic 0, and Luton Town 2. I'm not going to go through all the games, guys, because I do need to jump off and get ready for the next stream. But I'm just going to quickly also cover the Scottish League Cup, the Scottish Cup, which is the equivalent to the English FA Cup. In the earlier kickoff, it finished Celtic 5, Greenock Morden 0. Alloa in the 3 o'clock kickoffs, it's Alloa Athletic 1, Falkirk 2. Oh, come on. You know, it's really annoying. It's got to stop doing that to me. Apologies about that, guys. Sorry about that. Where was I? Alloa Athletic 1, Falkirk 2, Arbroath 0, Motherwell 2, Dundee United 3, University of Stirling 0, and Hamilton Academic 0, Ross County 0. That game's still playing, gone into extra time. Kilmarnock 1, Dumbarton 0. Partick Thistle 1, Dunfermline 1, that's gone to extra time. St Mirren 0, Dundee 0, that's also gone to extra time. And Stanhouse Mere 1, Livingston 3. That's a full-time score. And St Johnstone beat Rangers is an 5:30 kickoff. So that brings you up to date with some of the games around the league, guys. Unfortunately, not got time to read all of the games because we need to get off and prepare for the next stream, which is at 5:30. Crystal Palace v Newcastle. So please do join us for that, guys, if you're not too busy. Stevie is saying thanks everyone for joining, guys. We'll be streaming again at 5:30. Pop over and continue the footy chat. Top man Stevie, thank you very much. And like Stevie's saying, really appreciate you guys coming getting involved today. And we've had some fantastic conversation in the chat, to be fair. Always fantastic to see the intelligence of you guys coming out with your football knowledge, and that is, like I say, helping us to build a positive fan community around the Fandom project, and we want you guys to feel a part of that. So, like I say, guys, thank you very much for coming, getting involved today. Really appreciate it. And like I say, if you're not too busy later, please do drop in on the 5:30 stream, where we will be keeping an eye on Crystal Palace v Newcastle. But that's it for me on this one, guys. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you again soon, and look after yourself. And if I don't see you on the next stream, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.